Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for tuning in today. Today we're going to discuss about three words and three actions which can improve your relationships, be it in your personal or professional. Now, what are those five words and three actions? See, these are the studies did by a couple of scientists some time back, and then it was also presented in a TED Talks. Um, by the professors. So, this has a profound impact. But then again, how you use those words makes a difference. So, without further ado, I would like to get into it and then get most of it and to use this for your daily lives, for you to get better in whatever you do, to improve your relationships and your communication skills. The first three important words are tell me more. So, when you're listening to somebody and you're in a conversation, then without interrupting them or without trying to give your answers, properly listening to them. So always when you ask someone, tell me more about it, which gives you the person who is telling you or also for you deeper understanding on between both of you, or also to the person who is telling you will be able to give you that you're genuinely listening to them. Obviously, if you're not genuinely listening to it, you shouldn't be asking that question. But when you say tell me more, that can open up on both the sides a good relationships. Now, there is something called what next. So when the conversations or deep conversations are happening, or when you're listening genuinely for someone um, with a genuine care, be it in your relationships or in a workplace, what next will leave you to first is to understand their perspective. If it is a work, to what is a next step of action without you telling them what they should be doing it. So if you ask that open-ended question, what next, that would definitely give the other person that their opinion is being valued, and then you're genuinely listening to them. You take your own calls based on completely listening to the person. So tell me more and what next can definitely help you to get better in your daily communications. And of course, followed by these three actions. One, pay attention. Paying attention is very, very important in our daily lives, particularly when we are dealing with the people and when we're communicating. There are many times that you just ask yourself, when we say how are we standing and listening to the person that 30 or 15 extra seconds, that are we genuinely listening to the person that for the question you throw at that the particular gentleman or the lady? When you say how are you you better make sure you stand for that 15 seconds and listen to the person that the response. If you don't have time, just say hi, hello, good morning, and then move on. But particularly when you say how are you make it a point that you stand for 10 extra seconds or 15 extra seconds to listen what person has to say. That makes a lot of difference in your daily lives. And then again, as a point which I had mentioned earlier, listening carefully by open-ended questions, like tell me more on what next, and listening, genuinely listening, is something that you should inculcate on your daily lives for you to improve on your communication skills. Last but not least, be the last one to speak. Nelson Mandela was highly regarded as one of the great leaders. So once he was asked that how does he reach to that level of understanding from a different people, and he gives a very good example that when he was a kid, so his father was a tribal leader. So there are two things he always observed. They always sit in circles, and his father was always the last person to speak. So, and that's what he picked up over a period of time, and that's what he implemented in each and every situation where he had come across. That's something that Simon Sinek also mentions. This one of his speeches, that's something that very important for all of us to practice. Listen carefully and willing to listen genuinely, and always be the last one to speak. So for example, if you take that also, say, any industry or organization you're working in, you have a meetings in the mornings. So instead of you opening up the meeting, then you should start with others, so that maybe there are certain things that already your team had already taken some actions on it. So without you erupting first thing in the morning, so you have an opportunity to listen each and everything and then be the last one to speak. There is always a time for you to turn and then speak and express your opinions, what good, what bad, and what could we do better. So that way the communication gets much better and better. So with that note, I would like to leave it today. Always be the last one to speak. So follow these 5 words: tell me more, what next, genuinely listen to the people, and always be the last one to speak. I'm sure your communication in all your relationships, be it personal and professional, will get better and better when you practice for yourself. Thank you. Stay blessed, stay tuned, and see you in the next video. Thank you.